Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode of Coffee with Coach on this awesome Sunday morning. Hope you're up, doing well, got the mind in the right place. But if not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So, again, going through the daily routines, walking my dog earlier, and I'm listening to these videos. I want to share with you guys this video and then some thoughts on it and what kind of came to my mind as I was walking and listening to this morning. So the video is Fight Your Weakness. All right. Fight Your Weakness is the title of the video. David Goggins and Jocko Willink, Motivation 2020. And the channel is The Art of Motivation. All right. So the channel is Art of Motivation and the title is Fight Your Weakness. So like I said, after a while, YouTube just starts recommending, videos for you, and because of kind of your habits of what you're listening to. So I'll see something new, I'll click on it, and as I'm doing the daily routine chores, whatever, walking my dog, I'll listen to it, and I'll just catch something. Will just catch my attention. And what caught my attention today was David Goggins is talking about, do I belong here? And what he's talking about is when he was going through his first Hell Week in the Navy SEALs, he started to doubt himself because of the people around him. A lot of the guys, he said, that were going through that first Hell Week with him, their dads were SEALs, their grandfathers were SEALs, like they came from good families. He said, well, most of them came from good families, and he came from a broken home, crazy, parents or dad or whatever. So he lost all kind of weight, been training to get to the first Hell Week, and then now he's there. And then, because that's where he wanted to be. Like, he wanted to be a SEAL. That was his goal. That was his mindset. He prepared for it, got there, and then when he got there, he started to doubt himself, and he had to change his mindset and the way he thought. Use past experiences to switch that into telling himself that he belongs there. All right, and I want to share a little something about my personal experience when I first moved to Texas. A good part of the reason why I moved to Texas in 2001 was because of jiu-jitsu. I came down in the summer on vacation in 2001, and I just really liked the area. It was just really nice. It was like way different from where I'm from in Saginaw, Michigan, which is a very small town, not a lot of growth, and then when you get here, there's these big buildings and highways and Six Flags and all the stadiums, all the major sports teams are right here, and it's just a crazy place to me. So anyways, and there was jiu-jitsu. All right, that was what I was getting at. That was jiu-jitsu. I remember going down on the highway on I-30, and I look up, and where Texas Tickets was at, over on the service drive off of 30, I saw Machado Jiu-Jitsu. And at that time, I was a part of the Machado, trying to be a Machado affiliation kind of thing. I did a couple seminars with some of the brothers in Saginaw, Michigan. And then I came down here for vacation, and I drive and I see, Machado Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm like, man, it's there's Jiu-Jitsu here, like right here in Arlington. And then right behind Six Flags is General Motors plant where at that time I was working for General Motors. So anyways, I started, checking out the jiu-jitsu scene here and getting here and getting kind of settled in. And I remember going out to a tournament. Carlos Machado, which is he's the grandfather of jiu-jitsu here in this area and in Texas. He brought jiu-jitsu to this, planted the seed here for all of us to grow. All right. So if you don't know who Carlos Machado is, you should. And he definitely deserves all the credit for planting the seed for guys like myself and anyone that does jiu-jitsu in this area. He is a big part of that growth there. So I go out to one of his tournaments, and I remember sitting in the bleachers, and so I drove out to Dallas, and I've never seen anything like that. I wrestled in high school, right? So I was used to wrestling tournaments and stuff like that, but I've never been to a jiu-jitsu tournament because in Michigan, where I'm from, jiu-jitsu really wasn't a thing. Like it didn't come there yet. It really wasn't growing. It was a little bit there, and that's it. But there was no jiu-jitsu tournament. So I get here, and jiu-jitsu is big. It's a thing here. and there's tournaments. There's enough schools and academies in the area or around Texas to have a tournament. And I just remember going out to that tournament and sitting in the bleachers, checking it out, and just telling myself, as I was just kind of looking at all the mats and everyone, competing and fighting and everything, like, man, I belong there. I belong out there. Like, that's what I should be doing. Like, I should be doing that, competing and doing that thing. And if it wasn't for me just driving out to that tournament and sitting in those bleachers and seeing what I saw that day, who knows what would have happened if I would even be like where I'm at doing what I'm doing as far as jiu-jitsu wise and what I've done in the past. And I just, for whatever reason, like I said, I wrestled in high school, and I did a little bit of jiu-jitsu in Saginaw, where I'm from. We would grapple anywhere. I mean, literally anywhere. We would grapple in living rooms, move coffee tables out of the way, couches out of the way, rug burns everywhere. Like, there was no mats. We really didn't have a school. We see this jiu-jitsu thing, and we start training and trying to learn techniques, and we're grappling in the backyard at night, like whatever. Like, we're just getting dirty, grass stains everywhere. One of my good friends at the time, he had like a shed, and he put some mats in there, and it's freezing in Saginaw. It's cold in the winter, and we're out there grappling, and just however we needed to get it done, we just got it done, and to do some kind of training. So then when I moved here, there's academies, there's schools, there's multiple schools in this area. Not like there is now. There's probably like well over 100 schools or something like that. But at that time, there's probably 3 or 4 schools when I first came here. And again, I just told myself, man, like, that's what I want to do, and I belong out there. And so that's what I started to do. Like, that was the seed that was planted in my head that day after seeing what I saw. And I just, ever since then, just been chasing this thing with everything that I have, and a lot of great things have come from it. And as you go along, I can relate to this, far as like competing wise, or whenever you get somewhere that you want to get to, there's always that self-doubt of like, am I good enough? Or can I do it? Or can it be done, kind of thing. And what I like about this video that he was sharing the story is that you have to remind yourself of all the things that you've gone through to get you where you've gotten to, and use that as ways to keep pushing forward instead of stopping yourself. Because like in this video, he's talking about like he got to where he wanted to be, but then all of a sudden his mind starts to flip on him, and he starts putting all these things in his head. It's just made up things in his head. And I think everyone watching these videos, or at some point or another, has something in your mind that you want to do, somewhere where you belong, that in your heart that you should be at, and you just haven't gotten there yet. You know what I mean? And you should go there, and you should definitely go there and go do that thing and make that thing happen. And when you go and do that thing and make it happen, and when things get tough, remind yourself of everything that it took to get there, and use that to keep going forward. I can just go on with so many things. Like, since we're talking about like competition and how I got to this point, I just wanted to be one of the best competitors in the world at what I do. My age, belt rank, weight class, everything. And it took a lot to get to that point, because obviously you see in the description, I just posted every time I post these videos, because it took a lot to what it took to get to the #1 ranking at black belt in the world at what I do. Took a lot to go and do that. I have multiple coaching of the year awards kind of thing, multiple first place medals in so many different different titles and different tournaments and stuff like that. When you get to that point where you say, hey, I want to go do that, I want to go get that title, I want to get to this ranking or whatever, when you start to do it and it starts to get tough, you start to get those doubts in your mind, like David Goggins is talking about, like, do I belong here? Like, what am I doing around? Like he said, he was like, I was around the most uncommon of uncommon people, chasing these titles and doing these things and having certain kind of really high goals that most people don't have. when you get there, you realize like, yeah, I'm around a different set of people, a different set of mindset, different breed of human beings here trying to do this thing. And can I do this? Can I finish this thing that I had in my mind, this vision that I had in my brain of what I wanted to do or who I wanted to be? Can I finish doing it? And that's what I had to use, was like, man, look at all the things that I've been through, all the things that I've sacrificed, all the things that I've given up, and all the injuries and all the late night training sessions and all the things that I've gone through. Yeah, I belong here. Like I just, like, I'm gonna go and get this. And I think that's that breaking point, guys, where you have to make that decision. Like, yeah, I'm going forward. I'm not backing up. I done came too far to stop now. I want to go and see what's on the other side of that. Because I think I've shared in the past certain videos that I've given up. I quit things earlier in life. You know, like I said, wrestling. I didn't really do anything with that. I boxed for a couple years. Didn't do anything with that. And now here's jiu-jitsu, and it's like, well, I can kind of just do it and half-heartedly do it, or I can just like go and chase it and go and really do it and see what happens. And that's exactly what I did. And now I'm here where I'm at. And now it's like every day fighting to just keep what I have and keep going with doing what I'm doing, to just, you know, stay, you know, keep with everything that I have. It's hard to do. So that's just the message right there. You're going to have something in your head, in your that you want to do, passion, whatever. And you tell yourself, you know, do I belong there? You know, or I want to go there. And you should go there. You should go there. You should try to get there. And when you get there and those things start getting tough, tell yourself you belong there, and then keep going. Like I said, I just never know what I'm gonna catch and what I'm gonna listen to when I listen to these videos. And a lot of this stuff I can relate to because I have put myself out there. I put myself in front and tried to do things that a lot of people haven't done yet. And who do you turn to? Who do you go to for advice, or when those things get tough, like, and your brain starts telling you, nah, man, like, go do the easy thing. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? This is too hard, man. Why are you putting yourself through all this pain and misery to go get this thing? That's just the weakness creeping in, like these videos talk about. And we have to fight that and put in our head, like, no, I belong here. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to go and get that. And so going into 2021, what is it that you want to do or should have been doing already, and go put yourself there, like now, like the process starts now. The steps are now, like today, to go and do that, and then go make that thing happen. And then just remember, when things get tough, man, like, yeah, I'm staying here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going forward. And that's what I use for so many things that come my way with everything. Haters, whatever. I mean, I've talked about it before. Like, you need to be pissed off for greatness. Like, people are going to hate on you and say things and whatever else. That's the motivation to stay there and not run. Like, I use all that as fuel to, like, yeah, man, keep it coming. Because the more you keep talking and the more you keep hating, the more I'm going to keep going, and the more you're just going to get upset because you just can't stand seeing me doing the things, and my team and my business and my family and everything else around me winning. So go there. You belong there. Stay there. Go get after it. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. You guys have a great Sunday afternoon. I'll catch you guys on the next one. We'll see you.